Let's go to 5 headlines. Let me tell you about 2-year-old Owen Buell. And you could see him right there. Owen has cancer, stage 4, neuroblastoma. Owen, along with his family, has been staying at the Ronald McDonald House near Lurie Children's Hospital in Chicago. Ronald McDonald House was targeted by looters and rioters during the riots a few days ago. Yes, a place with cancer-stricken children was attacked. The glass was shattered, door was shattered. To make matters worse, Owen was supposed to go home to have his birthday party. And he just turned 2. This little guy has earned his birthday party more than certainly I've ever earned a birthday party. And he apparently is a big fan of llamas. Who isn't? I'm a big fan of llamas too. And so his mom had a big 3-foot tall stuffed llama shipped to the house as part of the birthday celebration. She was looking forward to bringing him home so you could see that. But the party had to be canceled because of the riots. They couldn't discharge any children in the middle of this. So Owen missed his birthday party. Meanwhile, as Owen's mother describes it, they could hear, I mean, just imagine these children, they could hear the noises, they could hear the sirens and the gunshots and everything and all the chaos. And while they're trapped at this place, imagine the fear and the terror for these kids who are already going through something that no kid should have to endure. So if you need another reason to despise the rioters and BLM, here it is. Just reprehensible, awful, self-obsessed people who don't give the slightest damn about anyone but themselves. Remember something, remember we played this yesterday, the BLM activists in Chicago justifying looting by saying that they should be able to take whatever they want because they're entitled to it. Let's play that again.
I don't care if somebody decides to loot a Gucci or a Macy's or a Nike because that makes sure that that person eats. That makes sure that that person has clothes. That makes sure that that person can make some kind of money because this city obviously doesn't care about them. Not only that, that's reparations. That is reparations. Anything they want to take it because these businesses have insurance. They're going to get their money back. My people aren't getting anything.
So BLM is taking whatever they want because they're entitled to it, while cancer-stricken toddlers are deprived of their birthday parties. Because a direct correlation. Because BLM had to take what it is owed, apparently, that meant that cancer-stricken toddlers out of luck. By the way, positive note here, if you go to my Twitter right now, I've got a link up to the GoFundMe for Owen. And it's a GoFundMe for of course, his medical expenses and whatever else the family needs the money for. And so you can go there, and if you have it in, if you're able to donate, then do that. Someone sent me the GoFundMe page yesterday. It had raised $20,000 when they sent it to me since February, and then I put it up, and we all kind of rallied together, and overnight we doubled it for another $20,000. So go to my Twitter if you can and donate there. All right. The manager of a bakery in Chinatown was trying to talk to Mayor Bill de Blasio about how the shutdowns and the COVID policies have destroyed his business, and he's getting quite emotional in this clip, understandably. But let's look at de Blasio's response to him. Watch.
We've been taking a hit since January. We lost our Chinese New Year, our busiest day of our community, the most festive holiday that we have. Then COVID happened, and now we're all hurting and struggling. What we need is more confidence in our merchants. I know merchants doesn't, but our merchants, yes, but we need help. We need more confidence. Our merchants need more confidence.
All right. Yep. Everybody, please step to the side. A little bit of space, please. Thank you very much.
Yeah, he just doesn't care at all. Speaking of self-obsessed, not giving the slightest damn about anybody but yourself, there's de Blasio. I mean, de Blasio, the rioters, BLM, Antifa, these are all matches made in well, not heaven, but in the other direction anyway. They're all sort of peas in a pod, very, very similar in that way. He doesn't care at all. This guy, this business owner, business destroyed. De Blasio couldn't possibly care less, just walks away from him. Number 3, an article in the LA Times, here's the headline, says, want more diversity in camping? Start with the gear. And then the article goes into detail talking about how fewer black people go camping. And this, you guessed it, is due to historical injustice and racism. You know, all those laws on the books forbidding black people from camping. Well, you have to admit, those laws would be pretty bad if they existed. Now, and let me say, I am totally against those non-existent laws. Those laws don't exist, and I say they should continue not existing. Now, as for the question in the headline, I know it's a rhetorical question. I thought I'd answer it anyway. Want more diversity in camping? Allow me to answer that question. No, I don't, actually. I don't want more diversity in camping. I also don't not want more diversity in camping. I don't want more. I don't not want more. I just have no feeling at all about the racial makeup of the camping community. Doesn't matter to me at all. Shouldn't matter to anyone. People will camp if they want to. If they don't want to camp, they won't. If more white people than black people want to go camping, okay. Why would that matter? Why does every single facet of society need to have a certain predetermined, fill a certain quota, a racial diversity quota? Who cares? Something like camping, as with so many other things in society, it really comes down to, do people want to do it or not? It's like that with the sexism claims, and we'll talk more about this in a second. But we look at certain industries and we say, well, there's not enough women doing this job. But have you ever thought that maybe there's not more women doing the job because women don't want to do that job? Yeah, there's a lot of there's not a lot of gender diversity in the roofing industry. Okay, most roofers on a hot roof in July, almost all of them men. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen a female roofer. Maybe a few of them exist. Is that because females are excluded from roofing? No, it's just because they don't want to do it, and so they don't. I suspect there's something similar going on with camping. All right, number 4, huge news here. Finally, we'll get to something important. Farmers in Botswana have come up with an incredible innovation. They figured out that you can prevent predators, lions, leopards, etc., from attacking your cows if you draw eyes on the cow's butt. And you can see right here, eyes on the butt. And they don't have to be very realistic eyes either, apparently. Even these lackadaisical eyes will work. Why do they work? Well, they've done a whole study to figure out why this works. I can tell you why it works. Would you want to eat a hamburger with eyes on it? If you picked up your hamburger at Applebee's and there are eyes staring at you, would you eat it? I mean, I still would because I'm hungry, but it would freak me out, no question. All I can say is that this, so far though, is a massive missed opportunity. If these farmers are drawing eyes, I know you probably thought the same thing as me, right? We're putting eyes on the cow's butt. Okay, I'm with you there. Sounds good. Why aren't we putting googly eyes? Go to Joann Fabrics, if they have that in Botswana, get the googly eyes, put that on the butt of the cow. More realistic, a lot funnier. Let's go number 5. Finally, a new study says that a certain mind-controlling fungus can infect cicadas and turn them into zombies. And to be honest with you, I'm really just mentioning this story as an excuse to transition into a story about my kids. That's the only reason. So we're putting that to the side. Enough about the cicadas. I thought this was pretty great, and I don't have anywhere else to put it in the show, so I'm just going to tell you here. Yesterday, while I was out of the house, our 3-year-old son got mad at his brother because he wouldn't play with toys with him. So our 3-year-old took one of the toys, plastic shark, threw it at his older brother, hit him in the eye, actually ended up giving him a nice little cut beneath the eye, like right here. And I guess my younger son's logic was, listen, if you don't want to play with the toys with me, then I will beat you with them. That was his logic. Now, he got punished for that, of course, but when I got home, I decided that I should have a talk with him about it. And I was talking to him about it, and I asked him why he did it, even though I knew the answer, but I asked him anyway. And he told me, this was his excuse, all right? He told me that he was worried that his older brother might be a zombie. So he threw the toy at him. That's what he said. And you know, I didn't expect his excuse to be persuasive. I knew he'd have some excuse. I didn't expect it to be so persuasive, but I heard that and I thought, all right, fair. What do you want him to do? He thought his brother was a zombie. Or not even that. See, what I liked about it was, it wasn't, he didn't come out and outright accuse his brother of being a zombie. He said might be. So it was more of like a plausible theory that he couldn't rule out without further investigation, and the investigation involved throwing a plastic shark at his eye. I don't totally understand the connection there, to be honest with you, but I don't have any experience battling zombies. Do you? So I don't think that we can really pass any judgment there, and I thought that was good. Kids are always coming up with it's one of the great joys of being a parent, is listening to all the excuses from your kids. I use the word joy. There are other descriptions you could probably use, but I'm going with joy for right now. Well, I hope you enjoyed that clip from the Matt Walsh Show. If you did, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right down there so you can stay up to date on all of our future content.